Welcome back to History and Horizons. Today, we're diving into the blazing messengers of the skies, comets. For thousands of years, civilizations across the world looked up and saw these mysterious visitors as signs from the gods, warnings of disaster, or symbols of change. From the earliest empires to modern science, comets have always carried a story. So, let's trace their history, from ancient records carved in stone to the telescopes of today. The first records. The earliest known records of comets come from ancient China around 1059 BCE. Chinese astronomers were meticulous sky watchers, and they described comets as broom stars sweeping across the heavens. For them, these glowing tails were powerful omens, usually tied to the rise and fall of dynasties. Every imperial court had astrologers who treated comet sightings as messages from the divine about the fate of emperors. Meanwhile, the Babylonians also left cuneiform tablets describing comets. They too saw them as celestial warnings, often linked to famine, war, or political turmoil. These early societies gave comets a reputation of unpredictability, never trusted, always feared. The classical world. Fast forward to the Greeks and Romans. Aristotle believed comets were disturbances in Earth's atmosphere, not heavenly bodies. But their appearances still shaped events. When Julius Caesar was assassinated in 44 BCE, a bright comet appeared in the sky shortly after. The Romans took it as a sign of Caesar's deification, proof he had become a god. Augustus, Caesar's heir, even used that comet on coins to cement his rule. For empires in this era, comets weren't just omens, they became political tools. Medieval fears and faith. In medieval Europe, comets were almost always seen as warnings of plague, invasion, or divine punishment. The Bayeux Tapestry, which tells the story of the Norman conquest of England in 1066, famously shows Halley's comet blazing in the sky. To many, it was a sign of doom for King Harold, and a blessing for William the Conqueror. The Islamic world, however, took a more scientific approach. Scholars like al-Biruni in the 10th century carefully observed comets, recording their paths and appearances, laying early groundwork for astronomical study instead of superstition. Renaissance to Enlightenment. By the Renaissance, thinkers began challenging old ideas. Tycho Brahe, in 1577, proved that comets were not atmospheric phenomena but distant objects moving through space. Then came Edmond Halley in 1705. Studying centuries of comet sightings, he realized the comet of 1682 had also been seen in 1531 and 1607. He boldly predicted it would return in 1758, and when it did, Halley's comet became the first recognized periodic comet. This was the turning point. Comets moved from superstition to science. Modern times. Today, comets are no longer omens of doom, but keys to the history of our solar system. Missions like Rosetta, which landed on Comet 67P in 2014, showed us that comets may even have delivered the building blocks of life to Earth. And yet, the cultural weight remains. Every time Halley's comet returns, or when something unusual like Oumuamua passes through, headlines still ask, what does this mean for us? Humanity may not fear comets like before, but we still feel their mystery. Yet, there is always the looming fear in the back of the minds of humans, knowing what happened to our ancient Earth inhabitants, the dinosaurs. Could that ever happen to us? And how could we avoid a literal Earth-shattering event like that in the future? Or even if we could? It's been keeping scientists awake ever since that realization. But for now, we can just enjoy these cosmic wonders in all their glory as they zoom past in our sky with the naked eye, or a telescope. And that's the story of comets, from feared omens to cosmic time capsules. If you enjoyed this journey through history and the stars, don't forget to like and subscribe to History and Horizons for more stories that connect the past with the cosmos. But now I want to hear from you. What do you think comets meant to ancient civilizations? Were they right to fear them, or do you think they carried hidden wisdom? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, I'll be checking them out. Until next time, keep looking up, history and horizons are always closer than you think.
History and